Hi everybody, welcome back to the Driveway channel. Today on the docket we have my 2008 Hyundai Santa Fe. Specifically today what we're doing is we're doing a front brake pad or front brake pads and front rotor replacement. The pads on here are pretty much shot on the fronts. The rears have already been done. I had the rear wheel bearings also replaced. I also replaced the rear brakes at the time. As always, this video may seem a little bit rushed. I'm fighting Mother Nature. If you look down at the ground, that is rain, or the stone is wet, and there's more in the forecast. So, also, hopefully this video will be a little bit better. I do have a tripod now, which should make the shots a little better. Anyway, as always, disclaimer, anytime you work on your vehicle and you jack it up, make sure you always use a jack and a jack stand to support the vehicle, so that way nobody gets hurt. So first step, of course, remove the wheel and jack the vehicle up. Alright, I've got the wheel and tire off. The vehicle is supported up on jack and a jack stand. I mentioned in my G5 video about brake rotors don't necessarily look the same. As you can see, this is what a standard brake rotor is. It's solid. Now here's what the new ones look like. As you can see, they're drilled and slotted, like the ones on the G5. The reason why this one's black is it has an E-coating onto it to protect it. But, yeah, they're going to replace these solid rotors, which is going to give me better braking performance. Plus, I have new pads as well, which, as you'll see, the inside pad on these are pretty much worn out. Alright, next thing, we're going to go take and get rid of this bolt. There's another bolt down below, right there. And then that's for the caliper, to remove that. And then the next bolt we're going after, which you really can't see, but there's a bolt down there which is for the caliper, to hold the caliper, the mounting bracket to the I don't know what the hell it's called, to the knuckle. And then we're going to remove those, and then we'll get back at it. Okay, I'm removing the caliper mounting bolts, 14 millimeter. As I said, there's two of them. There's one. And we'll remove the lower one next. Number two. There it is. Off. And then you just slide the caliper off like so. Now, you want to either secure that with a wire, which I'm not doing because you don't want that dangling by the hose, or like I did, place it on top of some of the parts under there just to keep it so it's not just hanging. And this is what our problem is. This is the inside brake pad. It's not really good. Compare that to the outside thickness. Put them side by side. You can see the inside one is a lot more worn than the outside. That's part of the problem I'm having. Alright, next, the caliper mounting bolts, which are right there, and there's another one down below. There's two of them. Okay, I'm taking off the caliper mounting bracket. It's 17 millimeter. Whoops. Okay. Need a breaker bar for this. Also, you can also do this with air tools, but as I said, I'm running against the clock right now, so I need to get this done quickly before the rain comes. There. Get this off now with my ratchet. Alright, I have the bottom bolt off on the caliper mounting bracket. On the top one though, you need one of these. It's a 17mm wrench. Because unfortunately there's not enough room on top here to get this top bolt with a pair of, with a ratchet and a socket. Also, another thing you might need is also a hammer. And that's to hit the wrench. So that way you can actually break it loose, because there's a good chance, like mine, it's going to be severely rusted. And yes, if you don't hold the bracket down, it'll fly up like that. I actually put the bottom bolt back in a couple turns in order to prevent that from happening. I guess it didn't take. There it goes. And those are the bolts we're after. They're very rusted. Now the caliper bracket comes right off. Next, take off the old rotor. So may have to work a little bit again because of rust. There you go. One rotor removed. Alright guys, this next step is optional. You don't have to do it. But you see the rust that's right here? If you want to make it easier, as you saw, I was struggling a little bit trying to get the old rotor off. You take a little bit of anti-seize and you put it on this hub. Now most of the time your anti-seize is gray. This one happens to be brown because it's like a super high temp one. But the gray stuff will work too, because this area gets warm but it doesn't get that hot. You just spread it around, and then when you go to put the new rotor on, which I'll show you here now, also with drilled and slotted rotors, they have to go a very specific way, and they're usually marked like mine are. The one I was showing before was actually for the driver's side. This is for the passenger side. And there you go. New rotor installed, as you can see. Now, next thing you need to address before you put on that mounting bracket is this. You need to push those back. Another little tip here when you're pushing these back, you can use a C-clamp. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can do this. My method, I have a big old pair of channel locks that I use. And then what I do is I take one of the old pads I don't care about, because I'm replacing them with new ones. And especially with these dual piston ones, like here, take the old pad, oops, make sure you have your channel locks ready. Well, actually, what you can do is you can squish it down one at a time like I'm doing, but then you get to the problem where it can come back at you like it's doing now. So you take the old pads, stick it on there, and do the same thing, but now you do it. Yeah, it should be fine. And then you want to kind of get so they're pushed in, so when you go to put them on, like I'm going to be doing here in a minute. Well, actually, get ahead of myself. First thing we need to do is put back on the caliper mounting bracket. Fits around the rotor. And then you need your two bolts that you removed earlier. You want to get them both threaded in by hand first. and you'll feel the bolts grip, and then you just put it on. That's it. Alright, when you're getting this tight, make sure you snug it up tight. All your braking force is going to end up on these couple of bolts, so you want to get them good and tight. There we go. Alright, caliper mounting bracket is now on. Also, at this point, if you have regular rotors that are steel, they come oiled. You want to take some of this, some brake parts cleaner. You want to hose down the rotor, and you want to get all that oil off. In my case, I don't have to worry about that because there is no oil, because mine is E-coated. However, I'll get you a better look at what I'm doing here in a second. Alright, this area right here is where the brakes slide, and that needs to be cleaned because you need to lubricate it with high temperature grease. So you want to use this stuff. And you'll see me put that on here in a second. And you don't need much. Just a little drab will do you. And you don't want to use regular grease. You want to use this stuff. It's designed for high temps, which where this is going to be going, it's going to get there. And you want to do it top and bottom before you put on your pads. Now, personally, I recommend using ceramic pads. That's what I have here with this kit. I'll put a link in the description. This video is not sponsored by them, but it's by a company called Max Advanced Brakes out of Canada. It's the same set I have on the rears on this vehicle, and on my G5 I have a set of theirs as well on the fronts on that. The rear drums on that are they're still factory. I haven't replaced them yet. But this video is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by them. So you always have two, and you put the one with this little tab, you want that on the inside. Come on. Or not. No, I was right. I see why. No, grabbed the right one. It should just slide right in. There we go. There you go. You want them as close as you can get them to the caliper or to the rotor before you put on your brake caliper. Oops, I didn't push the piston back far enough. Okay, a little tip here. When you're trying to get this in, put the bottom in first, at least on this particular one. I had a heck of a time off camera trying to get this on. Take your bolts. You gotta kind of wrestle with the caliper to get it in position. Just get the first bolt in a few turns, and get both of them in before you start tightening them down. Otherwise, it's almost impossible to get them in because you might have to maneuver the caliper in and out to get it to line, the bolts to line up, like I'm having to do on mine here. Come on. There we go. Got it. All right. Tighten it up with a 14mm socket. Okay, that's tight, top. Do the same for the bottom. Actually also spin it in by hand as much as you can before you put the tool on it. Makes it go faster. And then just tighten it, snug it up. Again, you want to put a little bit of force behind these. Okay. Alright. Now, you may kind of notice that this rotor is a bit loose. That's okay. After you finish the other side with on your vehicle, being you push the pistons back out, when you go to push on the brake pedal on the floor, it's going to go straight to the floor. You do that a couple times before you move the vehicle, and that will reset the pistons so that they're at the right tension when they're touching the brake pads, and the brake pads are touching here, and they'll self-adjust automatically. And then basically all you have to do is do the same thing on the other side, and that's it. You're done. Thank you for watching the content. If you liked it, give it a like, get subscribed. I'm trying to do at least one video a week, which will probably be out on Saturdays. Obviously, if I have more time, I will put out more content. And thanks for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And we'll catch you in the next video. Just a quick one, guys. I showed you the passenger side. That's the driver's side. There's pretty much... The outside one is the thicker one. This is the inside pad. Yeah, not much left. And I've got now the driver's side is also complete, as you can see. If you look in there, that's that black rotor. All right.